I'm going to be doing my March wrap-up. Better late than not at all, right? Right, yeah. In the month of March, I read a total of 5 books, way better than my previous 3 book months. Good job, me. The first book that I read in the month of March was A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This was a book that I was very much looking forward to at the beginning of this year, and it did not disappoint me. I really enjoyed this one. If you do not know, A Darker Shade of Magic is about a guy named Kel who has this ability to travel through parallel versions of London. That's all I knew going into it. I chose to keep myself detail free, but if you want to know a little bit more, basically he works for the royals in Red London and he carries messages to the other royal people in these other Londons. This book takes place in the 1800s, which is not something that I knew going into it, but I really liked that aspect because I really like that time period in books. The characters in this book are very unique, and I really just liked Kel and Lila individually, and I also liked their friendship and the way that all happened. It was a really interesting, like, friendship to read about. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I really liked it, and I'm really excited about the sequel. I think it's gonna be a good time. The second book that I read in the month of March was To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. This book has actually been out for a while. I think it's been out for around a year, and I really just never thought much of it, and I just kind of thought it was another contemporary floating out there, but on a whim, I decided to read it, and I loved it. It was such a surprising, good read. The summary that I had heard a million times is that this is a story about a girl named Laura Jean, and when she has a crush on a boy and she doesn't want to like him anymore, she writes him a love letter and then addresses it and then doesn't send it, and then she's good, she's done, she's whatever. And then one day, the letters get sent out. I thought that this was gonna be just about like how she deals with like the damage control of all these like secret things getting out, but it wasn't what I expected, and I really liked that. I really enjoyed Laura Jean as a character, and I really liked her relationship with her sisters. Something that I really liked about this book is that I thought I had predicted the ending. I was like, I know what's gonna happen, like this and this, and I was wrong. I was so wrong, and I loved that I was wrong because it totally surprised me, and it was so fun, and I just loved reading this book. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars as well, but this one is probably more of like a 3.8-ish. I definitely recommend this to you if you want a good contemporary fun time to read. Also, the sequel is coming out soon, and that's gonna be really exciting, so yeah. The next book that I read in the month of March was We Should Hang Out Sometime by Josh Sundquist. If you do not know, Josh Sundquist is a YouTuber, and he's also written several other books. And basically this book is just about the fact that one day he was like, I've never had a girlfriend and I am 25. Why is that? I think that what I'm gonna do is I am going to go to all these girls and be like, yo, what happened? I definitely enjoyed this book. It was fun, it was cute, it was funny. There were several times that I just wanted to reach through in the book and be like, listen, just say your feelings, come on. But it's okay. I ended up giving this book 3 out of 5 stars. The only thing that kind of lacked for me was the ending. I just thought it was kind of anticlimactic, but it's understandable that it's anticlimactic because he's not married yet. So it's like, you can't have like this big epic ending. Maybe one day he will add an epilogue, which would be really cool. The second to last book that I read in the month of March is so far my favorite book of the year, and that is I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. I love this book so much. All I knew going into this is that it's about twins. It's told from both perspectives of both twins. Jude's point of view takes place when they are 13, and Noah's point of view takes place when they are 16. It shows their lives like before this big traumatic event that happens, and then after this big traumatic event. And it is just so cool and so heartbreaking. I just thought that the way this story was told was really unique. There's so many things that happen. You don't even think that they're gonna tie back together, but they do. And it's like, what just happened? Jandy Nelson has this writing style that is so wonderful. Jandy Nelson has a degree in poetry, and it totally shows because there are so many like poetic sentences and paragraphs, and you're just like, my emotions and my life, oh my gosh. Obviously, I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. I would have given it 10 out of 5 stars if I could. The final book that I read last month was The Sky is Everywhere, also by Jandy Nelson. This This is also about siblings, but it's more about one sibling. It's about this girl, Lenny, and her older sister dies suddenly, like super suddenly, like out of nowhere. And it's really just about her coping with like her first big loss of a person in her life. The thing that I really liked about this book is the way that Jandy Nelson just kind of captures the weird emotions that go along with experiencing the first death of a person that you're close to. Like, that's a really weird thing, and I can imagine it being incredibly hard to write about, but she does it perfectly. I ended up giving this book a 4 out of 5 stars. It's honestly more like a 4.5 or a 4.7. Jandy Nelson, I want her to write a million books, and her next book isn't coming out until like 2017, and I'm just like, can we? I'm sad about that. So those were all the books that I read in the month of March. Let me know if you've read any of these. Let me know your thoughts, and I will talk to you guys later. See you later. Bye. Such an attractive noise. The first book that I read in the Marth. I love Victoria Schwab's writing. Blah, 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 Victoria Schwab. Very unique. 3 out of 5 stars. I liked it, but it wasn't like, okay. Giving the,